It's my great pleasure to share with you my research. And first, I would like to express my gratitude to Miroslav, who is organizing this whole event, because I'm very much looking forward to learn more about pagan studies in post-Soviet space. And well, without further ado, let's start my paper about pagan metal in Czech Republic. Uh, First, a short outline of what I will be talking about. I will give you an introduction to what do I mean about Czech pagan music scene. Later, I will shortly again discuss two influential pagan discographies that help to shape what is understood as pagan in Czech pagan music context. Then I will move to a presentation of Czech pagan metal and its subgenres. With I will also show you some music. I will give you a taste of the lyrics, and then I will conclude my presentation with a short summary of strategies. How is pagan used in metal? And then, well, will be space for discussion. Let's start. Little methodological window. What is seen and what is paganism in understand in this presentation? As a scene, I understand the umbrella term for activities of group of people in specific time and space connected to certain type of music, which is basically direct citation from Khan Harry's book about extreme metal, where he worked with this concept to delimit his research field. So I use it to frame what I should study if I would like to learn more about Czech pagan music in general. Then, as most of you are not familiar with religious studies, I will very briefly talk about two important concepts of this presentation, that is ancient paganism and contemporary paganism. Ancient paganism is, in my understanding, are pre-Christian religions of Europe nations. So that's the thing I will be talking about when I mention ancient paganism. Contemporary paganism is a wide spectrum or array of new religious movements which are reconstructing in many ways pre-Christian religions of Europe nations. We have two basic groups of contemporary paganisms: ethnic, which is focused on reconstruction based on one ethnic or national tradition, and eclectics, who are a little bit more focused on magical and occultic side, and they are more uh, uh, they sometimes tend to more mixed traditions to create or for their religious tradition and spirituality. Okay. Uh, what I understand more broadly in the concept of what is Czech pagan metal scene. It's a part of wider Czech pagan music scene, and also in other fans part of bigger world metal scene. Uh, Metal is only one component of Czech pagan metal scene. There are also bands who are playing pagan folk, pagan punk, pagan ambient, and pagan ritual music, some crossovers, and it's a lot of subgenres we can find it. And why I'm talking actually about some pagan music scene, because the scene is a really existing and it's built around the fans, contemporary pagans who listen to pagan music, music press with writing about pagan metal or world music connected to pagan stuff. And most notably, the scene is built around music festivals and concerts, which invite pagan or pagan-friendly or pagan-related groups to play on. And my question, and not only in my, which is not only the main, my main interest in my dissertation thesis, but also for this paper as well, is actually what makes pagan pagan, because everybody has a different idea what pagan can mean or can be. It's different for a member of neo-pagan group, and it's something completely different or different from for a man who is a just metal fan, secularized, and he likes to listen elevated because it's rocks. So let's talk about more what can form the pagan discourse in the context of Czech pagan metal. During the process of writing my dissertation thesis, I identified two most prominent, important discourses that form Czech metal pagan discourse, or Czech pagan discourse in general. First is scientific, which can be described as positivistic, rationalistic, logical, empirical, scientific, and that discourse provides information about paganism, about ancient paganism, folk customs, and beliefs connected to ancient paganism. The paganism is mostly understood as one of many world religions, which can be studied with empirical tools of science. What I should mention more, connected with this discourse, is that it has its history, which can be traced at least to the time of Enlightenment, when the changes in understanding of Buddhist religion helped to create a needed distance to study religion from distance. And I will briefly mention that for a scientific discourse is very important contribution of Green Brothers in 19th century, because they are one of the first ones who came with the idea that ancient religion, pagan religion, pre-Christian religion of nations of Europe can be traced back to the folk culture, which later on gave tools for contemporary pagans to find some information about paganism in the past, in the folk culture of 19th century, to recreate their own contemporary paganism. Because I should mention that contemporary paganism is new religious movement. There is no direct connection to the ancient paganism. Let's go and talk about neo-pagan understanding of what is pagan. I will briefly tell that paganism in neo-pagan way is defined mostly as an alternative spirituality for people looking for something more rooted to their ethnic identity, and as an ancient faith of our ancestors. It's connected with the herder conceptualization of nation as community of people united with language, culture, country, and religion. And together with Grimm's understanding of the origins of the connection of folk culture, religion, and customs with ancient paganism, it gave tools for contemporary pagans to recreate contemporary paganism. I will very, very briefly mention as two examples the philosophy of Guidolist called botanism, which can be defined as one of the first attempts to create ethnic contemporary paganism, and Wicca from Great Britain, developed by Gerard Gardner in late 50s, which is the great and very influential example of eclectic paganism. For our discussion of what is neo-pagan, is also important to see a distinction between Western tradition and post-socialist tradition of neo-paganism. They are similar in many ways, in some different, but for a Czech context is we can define also neo-pagan as synonym for anti-hegemonic, patriotic, nationalist, ethnic, esoteric, nostalgic, environmentalistic, with strong accent on the folk culture and customs. We will see that all in the discussion about Czech pagan music. First, before I will talk about it very, very briefly, I did online inquiry about pagan music in Czech Republic. I was able to gather 329 response, and I asked the people which Czech pagan groups they listen. And as you can see, there are 23 plus something groups that can be described as pagan or pagan related connected, and 10 of them which are underlined with the red are metal. We will discuss Silent Stream of Godless Elegy, which is the most popular pagan band in my as my research indicated. Inferno, which is a black metal band, and also band Žrec. Okay, let's go. Next discussion will be about subgenres, and one I will discuss very, at least briefly, every one example of the genre. For black metal, I decided to speak about Inferno, which is one of the earliest examples of pagan black in Czech Republic. Now they moved a little bit to occult side of black, but before then they were clearly influenced by they were interested in paganism as a concept. They are strong, anti-Christian, and nihilistic, which can be heard in their music. The lyrics are patriotic, nationalist. They idealize the pre-Christian path. They mock the weak contemporary society. Paganism in their lyrics is seen, and also in music, as a transgressive element. It's expression of rebellion against traditional Christian society, and it's also transgressive in the wish for complete destruction of Christian culture. Similar tones of lyrics can be found in Bullworm and in general in second wave of black metal, where paganism partially substituted transgressive role of Satanism. And also Inferno was connected partially with neo-Nazis black metal scene in their beginning, because one of their members openly discussed his affection for neo-Nazism in one interview. So let's go. Now I will share with you at least 30 seconds of their song Pagan Swords, Puchovské meče, to see how black metal they sound, and then I will briefly discuss their lyrics. As you can see in the snippet of the lyrics, and my translation very can be pagan swords and Slavic spirits with the honor and power rise up to the throne, same as in the ancient time, my dear Czech king. So paganism is in the lyrics clearly associated with nationalism, fight power topics, also to the nostalgia for ancient golden times, and let's keep it that way. No. No, pofanfa. Děkuji. Let's move to Czech pagan folk metal. I will briefly discuss a band called Žrec. Their sound is inspired by group as Arkona, Alkonov, Nocturnal Multum. It can be described basically as a combination of death metal sound with folk instrument, mostly flute, violin. I guess there were some fujara and stuff like that. The name of the group already indicates something pagan because it means a pagan priest in Czech and also in Slovak. And the members of the group were interested in Slavic paganism, which is a difference from the Inferno Cave, where the paganism was more transgressive and not that much spiritual thing. And their lyrics are touching topics like neo-pagan faith and spirituality, also nostalgia for golden pagan past, anti-Christianity, image of pagan warrior, sacralization of nature and places connected to pagan past of Czech nation. And now, again, I will play you short snippet of the song to have an idea from the song called Nový věk pohanský, New Pagan Age.
Na zem řepku dopadla morová rána, pouta, přírodou přetržená. Naděje byla do země zadupána a jménu stíže učená. Naše posvaté krajiny.
Okay, enough for music. And let's go back. In the lyrics, so I will read you again with my dramatic voice. The translation. Under the reign of the Slavic gods, strong and immortal, the pride and honor of our fathers, reach the heir of Dashbok, the Slavic god of sun. Then the plague fell on the ancestor land. Bonds with nature were broken. Hope was trampled into the earth. In the name of the cross destroyed. Our sacred landscape gave birth to you, your sons and daughters. Now the time has come to return to an ancient era. Actually, the lyrics are pretty similar to the ones of the Inferno. We can see the similar topic of nationalism, patriotism, veneration of Slavic gods, hope for a better future in the sense of the return of the golden age that is connected with the ancient paganism, and well, anti-Christianity in the name of cross destroyed. Okay, our sacred landscape. We have also the topic of sacralization of nature here. It's very common also. And And last, I will discuss an example of Czech pagan doom metal band, Violent Stream of Godless Elegy, which started as a doom metal band and later moved to more folk doom territory. And it's an example of pagan groups where leaders are also pagan, as was discussed in the case of Žrec, in spiritual level, and also strong local patriots. Their music can be described as a combination of metal with local Czech, Moravian folk sound with string instrument, violin, violoncello, flutes, and cembalo. Therefore, the structure of folk songs is also present in the metal sound. It's not only the sound; it's also like in the music section. Let's keep with that. The lyric topics are mostly associated with general doom metal topics of helplessness, which later move or was connected also as well to love, relationship, and melancholy, with strong inspiration in folk ballads tradition from 19th century. And now they combine these two topics with pre-Christian Slavic nation. And they mostly understand paganism as an ancient Christian religion, which can be reconstructed from our folk culture from 19th century. Now you can see those Brother Grimms present. And I will read you a short snippet from of lyrics from the song Mokoš, and it's basically veneration of ancient Slavic goddess of fertility. And from the ground I rise, and the roots of the trees are my roots. My hair is the rain, my forehead is a cloud, my palms are yours. And I will play you 30 seconds from the song, because it's good to hear how it's different from well, we are getting close to the end of my presentation. I will conclude my speech talking that I was able so far identify various strategies of use of pagan motifs or pagan in general in contemporary metal music in Czech Republic, which can be their roots can be mostly traced to scientific and pagan discourse. First, transgressive paganism is seen as a rebellion against Christianity. B, romantic paganism as a sort of authentic folk religion of our ancestors. Spiritual as an expression of faith. D, political paganism as a rebellion against mainstream society. And A, patriotic and nationalistic. They are pretty much connected, and where if paganism seen as expression of ethnic identity. Thank you very much for your attention, and that's all from my side, and I'm ready to answer your questions.